Hello everyone, this is Ange. Welcome to another episode of the Visual Novel Monthly Recap. This is a video series where I highlight news related to major visual novel releases and the community for each month. In this video, I'll highlight anything that happened in January of 2020. Let's get started. If you're someone that uses VNDB to track which visual novels you've read, Your Hell, the creator of VNDB, just pushed a major update to lists. You can more easily add comments about visual novels you've read, you can add custom labels, you can set start and finish dates, and you can set whether to make parts of your list private or public. For those following the Giniro Haruka fan translation, they released another partial patch which contains the English translated version of Hinata's route, so be sure to check that out. Alka Translations started a monthly blog to give updates on their translations. Depending on when the official translation is released, they may or may not continue working on Summer Pockets after the Kamome route. It does seem like they do want to work on the Alka and Pocket routes eventually though. In addition, they recently started a fan translation of Angel Beats' first beat. It looks like they intend on not doing any partial patches for Angel Beats due to how the engine works. There is a short teaser of a new version of the Higurashi no Naku Koro ni anime. The only thing we know is that the character designs will be by Akio Watanabe and that the anime production studio is Passion. The House on Fata Morgana, Dreams of the Revenants edition, is getting a PC, iOS, and Switch release. This edition comes with the original, the prequel, a Requiem for Innocence, and the short stories. More information can be found in the blog post link below. Dan Salvato, the creator of Dookie Literature Club, confirmed in a tweet that there's going to be new content for Dookie Literature Club. He said it wasn't a sequel, so it's most likely some kind of DLC. He also confirmed that after that DDLC content is released, that he's going to start working on his next original visual novel. A PS4 and Switch port of My Tetsu called My Tetsu Pure Station has released. The setting of this visual novel is related to trains, so if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. While Nekonyan was unable to release Senran Baku last year, they were able to get the Steam page up as well as a trial version released. If you like Ubisoft visual novels, or you want a visual novel with a classic Japanese setting and slice of life, be sure to check out the demo and see if you like it. The Summer Pockets fan translation team has released the Kamome route patch. It looks like they already got started on translating the true route, and since the official translation is nowhere to be seen, it looks like they're going to continue going strong. Urawararu Mono, Mask of Deception and Mask of Truth has released on Steam. If you are a big fan of the original, or you just want a really nice turn-based strategy game with visual novel elements, and you're a PC reader, now's your chance to try it out. Steins Gate Zero is getting its own Elite version of the visual novel. If you didn't know, the original Steins Gate had its own Elite version, which got scenes from the anime as opposed to using the original backgrounds and sprites. It looks like this Steins Gate Zero Elite is going to follow the same path, so if you want to read a visual novel with Steins Gate Zero's anime scenes in a visual novel format, this might be worth checking out. Speaking of Steins Gate, and probably the biggest surprise of this month, is a Western-made live-action adaptation by Hollywood studio Skydance Media. They made some Netflix shows such as Altered Carbon and Grace and Frankie. That's all the details we know for now, so we'll just have to see how it turns out later. There's an interview with the developers of all the future Muffle of Projects. Some things brought up were the fact that Muffle of Integrate will have a completely new protagonist and will be set around 10 years after Muffle of Alternative. They once again confirmed that Mikhail won't have any gacha mechanics and that the player will be able to play some parts of the main story of Muffle, as well as some comments about the potential anime adaptation of the Muffle of Alternative and other visual novel localization announcements. I posted a link to the full interview in the description. In addition, the Muffle of developers would also like to know which games by age we'd want to be localized. You can find a link to that survey in the description. Nekonyan ended the month strongly with a couple of really big announcements. They started off with a Ubisoft update, where they said that Senran Baku will release on Valentine's Day, and that they're announcing that they're doing English translations for 2 more Ubisoft titles, Draku Riot and Riddle Joker. For those who are wondering what happened to the Vita content of Fureraba, they announced that they're actually doing a Switch port of Fureraba, and they wanted to make sure they can release the Switch port and the complete edition for PC at the same time. They also announced 3 more visual novel English translation projects. These include Kinkoi Golden Loverish by Saga Planets, IX Cheetel by Hooksoft, and Clover Days by Alcott. What's notable about these is that IX Cheetel is the Hooksoft visual novel that it looks like they're planning to release before releasing Melty Moment. and that Clover Days was previously an in-progress fan translation that assumedly got bought out by Nekonyan. And that is it for January of 2020. As always, if you have any feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave a comment below this video or one of my social medias in the description. See you next month.